Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and now that summer is here, I'm going to give you a tip about how you can keep your motorhome cooler. And this will also apply in the winter to help keep your motorhome warmer. And this applies to RVs class A, B, or C. Behind me is the driver passenger compartment of my motorhome. And then on the other side is the living quarters, the living room and the kitchen. And the trick is to keep that warm air up front where you don't really mind so much if the far front is warm, as long as it's cool in the living area where you're going to be spending your time while you're parked. And then as well, while you're driving, you want to keep the cool air from the dash air conditioner up front and keep that warm air in the back. So I'm going to show you how to accomplish both of these things. So if you have a class A, B, or C, it's pretty much going to look like this. You've got a separation between your driver passenger compartment and the living area with some separation to the right and to the left here. So what you want is some kind of a barrier here as a separation to help keep the temperature from the front or the back from escaping to the other side. There's various ways of creating a barrier, but I'm going to show you how I did it with a curtain like that. Now unfortunately, most A, B, or C motorhomes, even the high class expensive motorhomes, do not come with a barrier like that, so you kind of have to create your own, and there's a few different ways of doing it. I simply got this dowel, a wooden dowel that is about an inch thick, and then put these mounts on the side here. Now on this side the mount is round, and on this side the mount has an upper piece missing so that you can put the dowel down into it. So I just screwed those right onto there and bought this material at Home Depot, including the curtain. So when I close the curtain, it pretty much separates the front from the back. Just a little bit on the sides there is just showing. So I got this curtain because it's pretty much the exact size that I need for this purpose while driving the motorhome. And when I don't want to use it, I just keep the curtain shoved off to the side like this. Now when I'm parked for the night, it's a bit of a different story. I've got that black shade over my door, and then I've got a full windshield shade there, and then a shade on my side window. But even with all those shades in, it still picks up a lot of heat from the front, especially if the sun is coming directly into the windshield. Now one thing I do is my air conditioner here, I will shut this vents so that I don't have cool air escaping towards the front where I don't need it. And then my vents that are there, I keep those closed. So when I have my air conditioner on, it keeps the cool air in the living room, kitchen area where I need it the most. Now right now I've got all my slides in. And this slide on the driver's side goes out about 18 inches. On this side, the slide goes out about 2.5 feet. So what I'm going to do now is move just this side out to show you how it looks then. When I'm parked somewhere for just a day or two, I will put this small slide out. Well, when I say small, it only goes out about 1.5 feet, but then it goes out the full length of my motorhome, starting at this window next to the TV and goes all the way to the rear. And that gives me plenty of room to move around. I don't usually put the other slide out unless I'm going to be somewhere for several days. And it just gives me a little more room, but I don't necessarily need it. It's just kind of nice to have a really large floor space here. So with this slide going out, it opens up a lot of floor space to move around, really a lot more than I need. But then when I move my curtain over, all the way over to the left side, I got this big open space here. So I wish I had gotten a wider curtain. I could get a second curtain, which I'm thinking about doing if I can find another one to match that, so that I've got the curtain going all the way over here. So that will keep the hot air coming from the front staying up front, because these RV air conditioners, as you may be familiar with, they do a good job, but not anywhere near as good of a job as air conditioners in a regular home. And if it's 100 degrees or better outside, then about 85 degrees is about the best I can hope to get my motorhome interior down to with both air conditioners going. I've got another one just like this in the bedroom there. So that's where I want to keep as much hot air as I can up on the other side of this curtain. And then when I'm driving and I've got my dash air conditioner on, or in the winter the heater on, I want to keep that comfortable, cool or warm air up front and not escaping to the living quarters of my motorhome. So with the curtain pulled over and you've got your front area here cool down, that helps you be more comfortable while you're driving and not losing that nice comfortable air to the back of your motorhome, which is not going to do any good. One more thing I wanted to mention is when I'm watching television, I don't want to have this bright light in my eyes coming from the windshield. So one thing I do is I pull this curtain across, and that blocks out that bright light. I can also roll my shade down. It has this electric motor. It takes a long time for it to go down and go up, and then it runs on an electric motor that can burn out if you use it too much. And I have had trouble with the motor where it gets stuck. So I don't want to use that electric shade too much. And it's a lot quicker and easier to just pull the curtain when I'm watching television. So that's my tip. If you don't have some kind of divider between the driving area and the living area, then create your own. That's what I did, and you may have to do it yourself like the way I did it, or there's got to be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 other ways of accomplishing the same thing. So I hope this video has helped you if you have this kind of problem. Good day, folks.